Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. What a fight tonight. Chris Colbert versus Hector Garcia. Man, oh man. It got crazy. I mean, if the Josh Taylor Jack Catterall fight didn't kick it off for a good fight main event, the Chris Colbert Hector Garcia definitely took off. I mean, this guy Hector Garcia was basically on a 3 weeks short notice, man. He had to come into the fight, late replacement. Nobody really knew much except for he was in the 2016 Olympics, and that's about it, right? So he did have that amateur pedigree. He wasn't just a nobody. I believe he did have a O. I think he was 14-0 with 3 no contests coming into the fight. And I don't think anybody expected him to do that, right? Nobody expected him to come in and beat a up and coming fighter like Chris Colbert the way he did in that fashion. If you look at the unofficial scorecards, um, he basically washed Chris Colbert. I believe they only gave Chris Colbert a round or two, right? Throughout that whole fight. In the 11th and the 12th round, those championship rounds, Chris Colbert, he definitely retreated. Um, but I feel like he already knew that this fight was just set in stone, and he really didn't have the power to get him out of there. So he just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna survive, and we live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? And that was actually very smart of him, because this guy Garcia was pressuring him on him the whole time, and it looked like he was gonna knock him out. Um, Definitely in certain times, as Garcia stated, he did land a body shot on Colbert that made Colbert uh, kind of retreat, uncomfortable. So we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see what goes on with Colbert, though. But it was a good fight, though. I mean, you can't as a fan, you can't really complain. Tonight's fight was a good fight. To be honest, it was a really good fight. I mean, we got everything that we wanted, but nobody knew that Hector Garcia was going to come in there and really put a performance like he did against Colbert. Colbert probably made the biggest mistake standing in front of him, and then he kept getting caught on those ropes, and I think that was a big problem. He probably thought that, since it's a late replacement, they thought that it was just going to be a soft touch. He was going to get up out of there, and obviously it wasn't the case. Um, Chris Colbert messed up in that sense. Uh, Probably just standing in front of him, not really knowing too much of Hector Garcia. Probably didn't do too much homework because it wasn't pretty. I mean, probably the homework that he did, it showed Hector Garcia getting dropped. You know what I'm saying? In his previous fights, it showed that he had 3 no contests. It showed that this was probably not even a guy that was supposed to be on this level. But tonight, I mean, obviously with the work of Ishmael Salas and the camp that he runs, which he's a great coach. It showed that he improved a lot, and he was showing a lot of dynamics inside of that ring. He wants to fight against Roger Gutierrez next, and I think that that's the fight that he should get. You know what I'm saying? But did he beat the guy? He definitely did. Chris Colbert gets on. He says he wants to rematch. You know what I'm saying? Took his L like a man. You know what I mean? No excuses at all. He knew he had a bad night though. You know what I'm saying? He knew he had a bad night though. So it is what it is in that sense. Can't do much about it. But I'm interested in seeing how Chris Colbert comes back from this defeat. Especially this is a defeat that um probably is gonna hurt him in the long run. His trainers, they did a pretty good job in trying to instruct, but this guy Hector Garcia was just a lot, I'm saying, to handle. As far as the constant pressure on top of him wasn't giving him no room to breathe. Chris Colbert already had a pretty bad game plan coming in, but he was putting in a little bit of work in those beginning rounds, but so was Garcia. He wasn't letting up either. And to beat the to beat Chris Colbert, it was going to be a tough task for Garcia, and he definitely accomplished that and then some. 18-1 underdog coming into Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? In a main event fight where the odds are against you, that you're just the guy, that 3 week notice guy, and you're supposed to lose, but you come in and you put in that work. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to him, man. He definitely deserved it. Um, he definitely deserved that, you know. But we'll see, man. Chris Colbert's still a young, up and coming fighter, so it's not like this L should he shouldn't let this L define him. He should come back stronger and better. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely has things to work on. It's not like he doesn't. Him not having enough power to back up Hector Garcia or to even phase Hector Garcia, for Hector Garcia to be on top of you like that the whole time and pressuring you like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think he needs to do a better job at that. You know, he's got to be better. He's got to be better for sure. He can't allow uh, guys like Hector Garcia to come in and do that constant pressure, because everybody's gonna know after this, that you really don't have any power to keep them up off you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna constantly pressure you until they get you down. Now that left hook that put him down, I believe in the seventh round, if I'm not mistaken, um, he caught him well. He caught him right on the button, and Chris Colbert goes down. He gets up, and I think that frustrated him. That definitely frustrated him. He comes in, he has he started going to war. You know what I'm saying? After, like, what, I believe in the ninth round, he was going for that knockout. He was trying, but he saw that he was not hurting this guy, and this guy was going nowhere. And once it got to the 11th round, he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna coast this one. I'm just gonna coast it. And I'm gonna let it be." You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, he probably did the smart decision tonight. You know what I'm saying? As a fighter, you want to live the fight another day. And I think he gave himself another day. These are just things that he can go back to the gym, to the drawing board, and get better on. And that's just how that is. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Um, he wasn't himself tonight at the end of the day, right? It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely want to congratulate Hector Garcia on a tremendous job uh, working with the gym that he's working in alone is a great gym. I had Chris Colbert winning a straight bet. You know what I'm saying? I had him on a parlay though. I had him on a parlay winning tonight, but he definitely didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of bummed out about that, but it's all good though, because we're gonna bounce back off that for sure. But it's interesting though, man. 18-1 underdog, Hector Garcia, and he comes in and he puts on a performance of a lifetime. Now, can he keep that up? Can he have that type of performance against Roger Gutierrez and all of those guys up there? 130. You got Miguel Burchell at 130. Got Roger Garcia, Gutierrez at 130. Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson, of course, but they will be fighting each other. So it's a lot of names to pick from. It's a good division. It's a lot of names. So I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for what's going on in this 130 division. Of course, Chris Colbert was one of those guys that was gonna come up and, you know what I'm saying. And obviously, we all thought, was one of those guys that could potentially be a huge name in boxing, and he still definitely can be. This is just a minor setback for a major comeback, and that's all it is. Um, Hope all is well, but we do want to congratulate Hector Garcia on a tremendous victory tonight. 18-1 underdog to go into Las Vegas with no expectations, a 3-week notice. Um, he did go to the Olympics in 2016 for the DR. You know what I'm saying? But that's about only thing that we knew. And he was knocked down in the previous fight, and he had a 3-no contest. You know what I'm saying? So for him to come in and change his whole aura was tremendous tonight. Was tremendous. I mean, you have to congratulate him. This is boxing, and a star is born every day, and somebody and anybody can lose at any given moment, right? We've seen a lot of underdogs start shining. We almost saw Jack Catterall outshine. He outshined Josh Taylor today, and with Josh Taylor is a guy that many people think is many people have him in his pound for pound. If not all people have him on their pound for pound, and he got outworked by Jack Catterall, in my opinion, and in many others. You know what I'm saying? You also have the Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos. George Kambosos, another underdog, comes in and he puts in tremendous work. You know what I'm saying? And obtains those titles from Teofimo Lopez. And you have Isaac Cruz that almost uh, arguably beat Javante Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? A Brian Castano that arguably beat Jamel Charlo, right? These names. So these underdogs are coming up big, man. These underdogs are coming up big. And Hector Garcia or also Kiko Martinez beating Kid Galahad. You know what I'm saying? In a stunning fashion that he did. And that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So these underdogs, man, they're just these underdogs are really in the gym working, really in the trenches working. They're really in the dark working. You know what I'm saying? They on some Bane shit. You were mirrored in the dark. I was born in it type shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, they really in the dark and really in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a name for themselves, trying to feed their family, trying to be the best that they can be in a sport that doesn't love them. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, Hector Garcia, on a tremendous victory over Chris Colbert, primetime Colbert. Um, Chris Colbert, man, he just had no answer for him, no answer, and no power, and that's a problem. Because Hector Garcia kept moving forward, and nothing that Chris Colbert was throwing phased them at all, right? Nothing at all that he was throwing phased them at all. Nothing. Okay, so already there, Hector Garcia is like, all right, cool. And then Chris Colbert standing right in front of him in the beginning. That didn't make no sense, right? Chris Colbert obviously thought that he was gonna be able to knock this guy out, being that this guy's been knocked down, 3-no contest. I mean, you know, he obviously thought that he was gonna get by this fight, but that just wasn't the case. This guy was in the gym, he was working, he was training, and he had it tonight. He was that guy tonight. You know what I'm saying? Man, credit to Ishmael Salas and his old gym. You know what I'm saying? They always working. They always working. They always putting in that work at Ishmael Salas gym. A great trainer. You know what I'm saying? And the things that he's done, right? With fighters. It's crazy. I mean, Jordanians, you guys being Manny Pacquiao. And now look at this. Hector Garcia beating a Chris Colbert, up and coming fighter that everybody thought that he was gonna be the next one. You know what I'm saying? The next one for real, like a great fighter. But it was a good fight though. It was a good fight. But like I said, man, Chris Colbert retreating the 11th and the 12th. He already knew the whole thing. and I don't blame him for it. Right? You're getting washed on the scorecards. Why you gonna go in there and try to get knocked the fuck out? I get it. You know what I'm saying? As fans, we want to see you fight to the end. But I feel like he already knew he didn't have any power to get him out of there. He didn't even buzz him. He was hitting him with shots that, you know what I'm saying? He was hitting him to the body, hitting him upstairs. Couldn't get even a buzz out of this guy, Hector Garcia. He was just a tough dude. He was a tough dude. That's all it was. Hector Garcia was a tough dude tonight, man. Any shot that Chris Colbert was hitting him with, it didn't phase him. He was on his ass the whole night. It did not phase him, right? It didn't phase him at all. This guy was coming forward. I mean, Chris Colbert hit with a bomb. This motherfucker was right on him. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Colbert couldn't get off the ropes, right? You know what I'm saying? If he would have started boxing from the beginning, it might have changed, right? It definitely might have changed. But that wasn't the case. He stood right in front of him and played into his game. And once he was getting hit a lot, he just wanted to get back at Hector Garcia, and that just wasn't gonna happen, champ. And that's how things go, man. But like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You want to be notified. Follow me on Instagram at P4P Boxing Real News. And that's the end of Saturday night football, boxing. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor winning with a split decision victory over Jack Catterall, where a lot of people feel like Josh Taylor definitely lost that fight. I am one of those people that feel like Josh Taylor lost that fight to Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall came in, he was slipping, he was dodging, he was a little bit much for Josh Taylor, and I'm excited to see Jack Catterall in the future at 140. Definitely a threat in that division. Then Chris Colbert, uh, Garcia, great fight. Garcia, congratulations. The underdog, 18-1 underdog, coming in, getting that victory over an up and coming fighter that many people thought will be those guys, you know what I'm saying, that wouldn't lose. And he got the job done, man. But great fight tomorrow. Tomorrow you definitely don't want to miss Lawrence Okolie versus Mike Sally. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the undercard's gonna be fire. But yeah, man, with that being said, we out, man. Peace.